question. Uh, of course, I don't understand anything about what you said in your local language, but I'm sure that you welcomed all the attendees that are with us today. Um, we met also last time. If you were here, if you are not here in the previous webinar, Michael Matamadiotis. I represent Unvolt Entrepreneurship, and we are an innovation agency from Greece. Uh, in the last webinar, we spoke about extrospective skills, and today we will talk about interactive skills. I will be the main speaker today along with Mariam, a colleague of mine that is from Egypt and representing Job Solid. She will talk about her organization later in her presentation. What we'll be talking about today is interactive skills. We will talk about storytelling and how to be a good public speaker, how to create connection with your audience, and how to also co-create with your audience, and how to interact when you are projecting yourselves. So I'm very happy to be here once again with all of you, the young people from those multicultural backgrounds from Jordan, Egypt, Greece, Cyprus, and Spain. And today we'll dive into something that's both ancient and modern, which is storytelling. Uh, me personally, being from Greece, we have a lot of great storytellers, even from the ancient and classical Greece. We have Homer, which is the first, let's say, um, globally famous storyteller, and it's a great opportunity to talk about this topic because we all tell stories every day. It might be to our friends, it might be to our online friends, and in interviews in our companies when we drink coffee. So today we will learn how to use storytelling as a tool for connection, confidence, and also career growth. Um, Sorry, I have some notifications. Uh, okay, so let's start with the time that someone gave a speech and truly inspired you. Chances are that it was not the reason they inspired you was not because they gave you facts, but it was because they told the story. Stories stay with us because they create emotional connections and they motivate the actions. Giving data that will be forgotten is not the priority. When we tell our stories, we have to create feelings that the listeners will connect to. And this is the magic that we are going to learn today. How to use stories uh, that will move people. They will not just inform them. Um, and have in mind that this is the main element that divides a good speaker than the more generic, let's say. And this module is about three key things. We will understand what makes stories powerful and the core elements, the core ingredients that must be part of every speech in order to make our audience remember us. Second, we'll learn how to structure our own experiences into a story. And third, we will learn how to find our authentic voice, how to have our personality embedded in the story. This way, our story will become original and unforgettable. So when you finish this module, you'll have a first draft of your personal story, which will be something that you can use in interviews, in networking, in public speaking, and also when you have a small talk with your companies, your friends, or just strangers that you might meet in a random occasion. Uh, By the end of today's session, not the entire module in general, you will have a basic knowledge and a draft of your personal story, a clear framework to refine it, and where to put every different piece in order to make your own personal narrative, and you will begin to gain this confidence that is necessary in order to share your story authentically without being shy, without being afraid of how your audience will accept you, and without being, let's say, worried of how your story will be perceived. So think of it as building your personal brand through your story. A story that feels real, confident, and true is exactly who you are, and it is impossible that people will not be connected with this. So let's see how you can transform your professional presence. When you can tell your story well and clearly, you will make unforgettable first impressions. You will stand out, and you will stand out not because you have the most achievements, but because people will remember you and will remember you because you made them feel some specific way. As a person who works in, let's say, corporate in the last 3 years, I have met a lot of people, and the ones that I really remember and remember in a good way are not the people that had a lot of professional achievements. They had done, let's say, a lot of volunteer or a lot of bachelors and masters, and they had a lot of papers. But the people who were good speakers, the people who created a connection with me because they had something to share with me. So you will start to share your personal brand. You will be better at projecting yourself, and you will manage to show your values, your goals, and your strength. And let's see a video. I have the link here. Um, okay, give me a second to reshare my screen. Can you see my screen, Batul? Are we in?
Yes, it's working.
It's in the YouTube interface, right?
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a very small, a short video from YouTube here, and of course you can see Steve Jobs, and let's see how this guy comments on Steve Jobs' very famous presentation.
Michael, I'm sorry, but the voice is not working.
The voice is not working. Okay, let me send you the link,
Okay.
and feel free to join on your own. I will give you some time. I send it in the chat. Please all click there, all those that are with us, and open the video. So I'm opening it here as well to make a comment on this as well.
Actually, Michael, if you want to share the voice of it,
Yes?
stop share screening, and then whenever you want to share screen, just in the share screen options, and you can find with audio.
Okay, let me see.
Can you see it?
Mm, yes, let's try again.
Which is he creates enormous.
If you're referencing people like Steve Jobs and stuff, what have you
Did you have some now? I think you could do it, right?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, great. So let's start from the beginning.
learned even from him in terms of like the movement he created?
Just go look at his, 2007 iPhone launch video. The first sentence in that video is,
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years.
that's an I statement. That's setting some stakes, right? That's indicating where his mind and his heart are, following all of the principles that I teach in storytelling, which is he creates enormous amounts of suspense and surprise. He makes people laugh along the way. He uses almost no text on any of his slides, which you should be doing at all times, because when you put text on a slide and you're speaking at the same time, you're an idiot, because nobody can do both things at the same time. So I don't know what people are thinking when they do that. Jobs understands when he says 1,000 songs in your pocket for the first iPod. He doesn't tell us how it was made. He doesn't tell us how it works. He doesn't list features. 1,000 songs in your pocket is the story you tell, and that makes everyone want to have 1,000 songs in their pocket.
If you're
Okay, so returning to my presentation, I think, give me a sec, sorry. Okay, so as you saw, of course, Steve Jobs is one of the most used to be actually one of the most capable public speakers and storytellers. And this is a very small video of how he structured his storytelling speeches. So one thing that I would like all of you to keep from this is that what Steve Jobs tried to do, and all good public speakers, was to create anticipation and to make the audience connected to how he felt. Because as you saw, he did not explain how the iPod was made because no one really cares about that. But what they care about is what they will feel when they have this product. So if you want to become better public speakers and storytellers, Steve Jobs is a great figure that you can explore. Moving on, this is a very small roadmap of this module. So first we will learn what storytelling is and why it works, how your own experiences can be your professional advantage, how you can structure your story with a beginning, a middle, and an end, and each phase has a specific reason it exists. We have to do specific things in the beginning, specific things in the middle, and specific things in the end of our story. Because we want to create this escalation, let's say, of feelings that we create to our audience in order to scale and scale and scale and reach the top at the end. So we connect with our audience and we have this sort of connection with this emotional connection. In the first stage, we will discover our authentic voice and how to refine our personal communication style and perspective. Because have in mind that even if Steve Jobs is a great public speaker, if we try to imitate him, this will be easily noticed and it will create negative consequences to our to the let's say to the goal that we have when we tell our story. And last but not least, which is something that is going to be very useful for all of you, you will have a specific step-by-step guideline on how to optimize your personal narrative. So don't worry, this module is not just a theoretical, let's say, module, but it will actually help you to create and share your own story. And stories and personal stories are very, very valuable because they create career magic. Storytelling isn't just for artists or writers or CEOs or I don't know. It's a career skill that we all have to have. It will help us stand out in interviews. It will help us be remembered by people when we do a network in an event or at a party, because these things and these occasions are also very important and they matter for us. And of course, when in public speaking, it will help us inspire others. So every conversation becomes a great chance to connect and grow, especially when we tell our story well. So every one of you has a story which is shaped by your country, your origin, your culture, your struggles, and of course your wins. So this story is your superpower and the tool that will make you distinguish from your peers, and it will help you but you are unique anyways, but it will help you be seen as a unique person. And today we're going to uncover that and learn how to tell it in a way that makes people listen. Now I would like all of you to scan this QR, and it will transfer you to an environment of Mentimeter. We use this environment in the last workshop as well, and it's going to make it a little more interactive. If you want to join through a computer or laptop, you can use this Menti code. Let me share the link in the chat, and I will share my screen again. Give me a second. Okay, so here we are. I sent the link in the chat. If you join by your laptop, I repeat, use this Menti code join. I will leave it for 15 more seconds so you can also scan, and then I will also transfer to the Menti environment and begin to go through the short slides. I'm very keen on learning about your stories and what you feel about storytelling and how you struggle with it. So let me go there. Here we are. Mm. Okay, so I think that you can see my screen now. And so, when you think of a great storyteller, what is a word that comes to your mind? For example, Steve Jobs was very unique, was very creative. Um, think of other words that come to mind. What does a great storyteller has to have in order to be remembered? Someone wrote Johatab. I don't know what that means. Batul or Mariam, you can help us with
Yeah.
translation.
So, yeah, actually, Joe Hattab is an influencer. He's an Arabic influencer. Most specifically, he's a Levant. He's from Levant. Is one of the Levant countries. I believe it's Jordan. Joe Hattab is an influencer and a traveler. So he travels around the world, and I believe recently he has been a TED Talk speaker. So he was an amazing, amazing speaker. So yes.
Okay, I will write him down. Johatab. I will explore him later. Trevor Noah, probably something similar, someone similar. I don't know him. If you have any specific background and you want to share with us, feel free to do so, and why Trevor Noah is inspiring for you. But now that you mentioned, for example, an influencer, Johatab, we also have a lot of Greek influencers that do not influence only by cosmetics or nice hotels that they travel to, but they create this connection and they share with us their experiences and make us motivated to be the best versions of ourselves and how
Michael, I believe
to
that the
become
link
better.
that you've sent for the Minimeter is just for a presentation. It's not interactive. So if
It's
you
not
can,
interactive, so let
because I
me
just like
try
clicked it,
again.
yeah, people cannot enter to write.
Okay, give me a sec.
Take your time.
I'm sure that I can do it like that. Let's go again. We have Les Brown in the chat. I don't know who Les Brown is. I'm not so much well informed as it seems, but I have written down all these names.
So actually the link works. So guys, you can join the link.
Okay, that's good. Now I'm sharing my screen again.
Yes, please.
So I also see Steve Harvey. I know Steve Harvey, who he is, and he's a great public speaker. And if I can comment something about him, is that he's very expressive. He really feels what he explains every time. So I will agree with you. Another name I could hear could be uh, Barack Obama. I don't want to politicize anything, but Barack Obama is a guy that he is famous well for the way he motivates people and he tells stories. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Thank you for your contribution. And let's see. So give me a second. Yes, I have to see my notes here, to be honest. Um, okay, so I will stop sharing my screen at the moment because I will tell you a story. No, don't vote yet, don't vote yet. I will tell a story first, and then I would like you to vote which story was better heard and with which one you connected more. So I will not tell anything prior to them. Just be honest and tell me your opinion. So it's going to be the same story, but in two different versions. So first is yesterday I was late, the bus was full. I also forgot my phone and someone was there to help me. The second version of the same story is yesterday I missed my bus. I was frustrated, I had no phone, and I felt really lost until a stranger smiled and helped me find my way. So this was a moment that reminded me that kindness travels faster than Wi-Fi. I have not thought this story myself. It's a very common one that people use to point out the difference between how we can tell stories. So let's see which story you liked more. I see one vote for story two. Please all vote. So what do we have? And of course, most of you have voted for the second story. And I think it makes sense because it creates feelings. I shared with you how I felt, and this is a way that made you connect with me. And it also leaves a quote at the end, which is a very great technique that that people make, that people are remembered when they speak. A quote is something that it is easy to remember, and this is why a lot of people use it in their speaking and in their speeches, um, in order to have at least one thing that people will get connected to. Moving on to the third slide, sorry, and I will share my screen again. Is why did you pick the second story? Please write here the reasons. I shared with you, for example, one small technique I used, which is the small quote, and let me know what you think.
Michael, can you please move next forward to the second question so we start with the
Sorry,
reply?
can you repeat? You don't see the slide I am right now?
No, we can see it, but can you move forward with the questions because we want to answer it?
You can't answer the phone, not the phone, the question.
Yeah.
You can't write? Okay. Sorry for that. I don't know what is wrong.
No worries.
You have to present it from the button above and
Exactly.
Okay, let me see. Was this the issue? Now you can write?
Yeah, we can write.
Okay. Thanks for pointing this out, Mariam and Batul. So why did you pick the second story? I want all of your opinions here. As I said, I use, of course, some techniques that are very common, which is the quote, which is sharing more emotions, and exactly the second one felt was more relatable with more details, and it was more relatable because I share with you feelings. It shows emotions and tells people what you have learned from it. Exactly. That's also very a nice uh, a nice comment. It makes more sense. Okay. Says feelings that I feel I can relate to. Exactly. So as you see, when we share feelings, people remember us more. So when you are a public speaker, do not be afraid to share your feelings. We also have a different opinion. That story one was more remarkable. If you would like to share with us why you find it more remarkable, of course, feel free to do so. Maybe it was because it was more simple, it had less details, and it was easier to remember. I can get that too. But when we are speaking, we want to create connection. And if we want to create connection, a great way to do that is by sharing emotions. So the conclusion that I would like to come is that when you speak, either in your group of friends, either in a networking event, either in a professional interview, or wherever you are, don't be afraid to share your feelings. Don't be afraid to be seen vulnerable. This is how you will be connected with your audience. And going to the last slide, uh, I would like to ask you what is harder for you personally? Is it to find your story? Is it to express it clearly? Or is it both? So I see that most of you have already come here and selected that both are difficult. Expressing it clearly now got one vote, but don't worry because at this module, we will try to make both of these barriers that you face, we will try to make them easier for you to overcome them. And we will help you, as I said, structure your own story. And in the second chapter of this module, we will help you express it clearly. So let's move to the second part of my presentation, returning to my PowerPoint. And thank you for your participation. Okay. So let's move on to the second part of our session, which is speaking with clarity. How we can communicate with clarity so that people understand us. Uh, I think that we have all been in situations where we didn't understand what someone meant. And this is because confusion kills connection. Uh, let's talk about how we will make sure that our message, our story is clear and easy to follow. Have in mind that a key aspect here is practice. The more we practice to public speaking or to have to doing presentations in front of audience, the better we get. And of course, I will say this very common thing that it's like bicycle. The more we practice, the better we become, and we will never forget how to do that. And why clarity matters. Actually, speaking with clarity is the ABC, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and of correct narration. When we speak clearly, people understand what we say and what we think and what we feel and what we believe. And this is why we build trust. Clarity shows confidence and respect for your listener's time. So it is the bridge between our thoughts and your audience's understanding. And it's one of the biggest keys to influence and to lead and to create a connection. What are the training objectives of this chapter of the general module? So First, we will explore the key principles of clarity. What are the fundamentals that make communication clear and effective? So we will frame some common barriers that exist when we communicate and learn how to overcome them, preventing being misunderstood or difficult to follow when speaking. And last, we hope that you will adopt some practical techniques to make your ideas land to your audience clearly. So we'll keep it hands-on with some quick exercises and some examples. What we'll take away is a simple framework for clear communication, some tools that you can use immediately in conversation, interviews, or presentations. And very important, we hope that you will get the confidence that you need in order to express yourselves clearly in any language or any context. So these skills will not just help you in work, but they will make your everyday conversation smoother and stronger. What are the benefits that you will get from all these outcomes that come from this training module? When you speak clearly, people see you as professional and confident. So you make better first impressions, which we all know that they are very, very important in any occasion that you interact with other people. So you perform better in interviews, in meetings. This will make you capable of asking more when negotiating, for example, a job, when negotiating a salary, or anything you want at any time. So you will become more persuasive, and your ideas are not just heard, but they are acted upon. Because when we say our opinion in a persuasive way, then the possibilities that this opinion is heard and it is acted upon are much more than when we did not. So clarity and clear communication is a way that we can get power. Let's go again through the module roadmap. We will grow through why clarity matters and understand the fundamental importance of clarity in communication. We will go through the barriers that stop us from being misunderstood. We will identify some obstacles when we use words like I don't know and let's see, and when we delay our voice. These are things that are not very useful when you try to make a good impression. Then we will go through the core principles of effective communication. We will master some specific methods that will help us speak with clarity. And last, we will apply these concepts through real exercises to help us and to practice what we learn. Going to conclusion, I would like to say that when you speak clearly, you accelerate your progress. You move on faster. People understand you, they trust you, and they really want to work with you. And if you want to lead, whether it is a team or a project or a community, or even a football team that you are playing at a hobby, not only professional environments, clarity is the foundation of leadership. Because communication clarity also transmits clear thought, clear way of thinking. And this is very important when we want to inspire and we want to lead. So good leaders must inspire, and inspiration really comes from within. So someone must embrace someone's ideas in order to follow it, and this comes through connection, understanding, and of course the basic and the essential thing of all this procedure is clear communication. Summing up, I would like, if there was one thing that I would like you to remember, is that clarity is not about what you say, but it's about how you make people feel. And your story and your voice together can really create impact. So together, we hope that we will make your voice heard with confidence, with clarity, and with your heart. So at this point, I will give the floor to Marianne. From my end, thank you very much for your time and your attention. Personally, I remain at your disposal for anything that might come up and you need further assistance and guidance. So Marianne, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael, for this presentation. So now I will be sharing my screen regarding the module 3. Just Give me a second. I think you can see my screen now, right?
Yes, Mariam.
Okay, so great. First of all, hello everyone. My name is Mariam Ayoub. I'm from Javi Solids Egypt. We are a social enterprise working on social entrepreneurship and social innovation. And we are mainly located in Spain, but we have another 6 branches in different countries. I am presenting as a Javi Solids Egypt. I'm actually so excited to take this experience with you today because we are going to have a journey during the interactive skills. So before we can dive in, let me ask you something. How many of you have ever had a disagreement? You can raise your hand using the emojis, or you can just raise your hand. I can see your if you are opening your camera. So okay. So it's basically all of us. So maybe with a friend, with a classmate, or with our parents. So and maybe even with your Wi-Fi connection or something. So the good news is today it's not about winning those arguments or conflicts. It's about how we are going to create a shared value. How we are going to learn how to speak, connect, and co-create. And instead of being me versus you, it's we get you and me together. So get ready. We are going to take this drama to dialogue and how to turn our conflict into something more creative. So here is what we are going to do today. We will summarize our journey through the interactive skills in module 3, connecting all the dots we have learned, Michael have explained during module 1, module 2. And we will also have the opportunity to explore how awareness, dialogue, and transformation can work together. And we will be preparing for the self-paced module that you will get to explore or in your own way, in your own rhythm during the rest of the week. So basically by the end you will have tools. It's not just a talks or a videos you are going to watch, but it's really a tool that help you reflect and connect. Because let's be honest, we sometimes we think we are communicating, but we are really just waiting for our turn to speak. So let's start. The first chapter of the third module, it's all about the awareness. And like awareness, it sounds like a fancy or something. It's about noticing what is going on. And it's not about also on our side, but also with other people. um so everyone yes, everyone has a conflict style, and some of us can avoid this by saying no, I'm fine, when they are not clearly fine with anything. And some of us might be more competitors, and this means they are ready to win at any cost, even when they are debating about who left the light on. So how we are going to discover our type of our conflict style, it's one of the topics that we are going to discuss during the chapter 1 of the module 3. Also you'll discover how some accommodators who will say no, it's okay, I don't mind, when even they totally mind, and some of our collaborators who love finding the win-win solutions. So let us also highlight that conflict is not the enemy. It's a natural part of our life, and it's about how we can handle it. It's how we handle it. It's the make that it's that to make the difference. So awareness, it's turning the light on our dark room. So suddenly you can see what's really going on instead of going into the stuff. So the next chapter will be, once we are aware, we can move to dialogue. We have to remember So that dialogue, it's not about a debate. It's not about who's right. It's about understanding. And when we debate, we're trying to win. But when we dialogue, we're trying to connect. So our key tools that we are going to use during this module will be the active listening. So it's not a pretending to listen. We while we think about our lunch or something else. It's about how we are going to apply this in our daily life, and also the I message tool. Instead of like saying you never listen or something, we can say I feel unheard when you have done blah blah blah, and we can continue. So how we are going to paraphrase our dialogue, it will make all the difference. And finally, the final tool will be the emotional regulation, which basically like don't send your angry text. So how we are going to do this, which will be discovering during the chapter 2. So dialogue creates the trust and safety. It allows people like to open up instead of shutting down. And if you ever try to talk to someone who is defensive, you will know how magical that can that trust can be. So thirdly, we will be discussing the transformation. This chapter, we will like level up, and we will go from me versus you to we together. So we are going to start using tools like win-win thinking, negotiation, and yes and. Um, so actually, the last one is my favorite. So let's have an exercise on it, and after that, it will be your turn to try it. It's first of all, it's basically about yesing. We usually say yes, but, and we continue our talk, but we are trying to paraphrase our talk and say yes and then enter our recommendation. So, for example, if we instead of like if we are having friends say let's organize a cleanup event, so we can say yes and we can make it a competition for like who collect the most of the trash. So in this way we turn it into a collaboration. So when we transfer a conflict, we turn it into creative energy instead of a negative energy. And it's like turning the argument into a brainstorming session together. So now I will give you a scenario, which is we are going to have two friends with two different events idea. One wants a music concert, and the other wants a community cleanup event. And your goal is will be like how to move this conflict into a collaboration using the yes and technique. I will be sharing my Mentimeter. Um, I think you can see my screen now, right? Um,
Yes, Mariam, you can see the QR.
I will be sharing the link in the chat, and also you can like scan the QR code as well. So once you enter, please confirm so we can start.
Yes, Mariam, we are waiting for the presenter, so feel free to
Okay.
move on.
So okay, as I told you, we will the scenario will be we have two youth with two different events idea. One wants a music concert and the other wants a community cleanup. So what we are going to do is we are going to use the same tool technique, yes, and uh, and then like add your recommendation or idea, so we can have this conflict into something more positive. So we can wait like for 2 or 3 minutes for your participations. Okay, so some of you mentioned that yes, we can organize an event to clean up the beach. The next day, isn't that great? Yes, and we can have them both in one event. Okay, a merger, perfect. We can simply clean up after the concert with the cleaning staff. I support the concert on the condition in the include message to raise awareness. Yes, and we can combine both ideas for organizing a concert after the community cleanup event, celebrate the volunteers. Perfect. A volunteer day where youth join together to clean streets and parks, promoting teamwork, environmentally responsibility. Perfect. I recommend you using the same format of yes and then continue with your recommendations, because it shows the other person that you are agree with him on the and you are both on the same ground, but you are like want to like add your more ideas. It take the whole discussion from like if you are going to disagree together, no, we are just going to collaborate. So by only saying yes and I think we can combine both ideas. We can start with the community cleanup and then organize a music concert afterward. That way, we help the community and also make the event fun and enjoyable for all of us. So that's what I was talking about. Turning that disagreement into something more innovative. So I'm now going to like get back to my screen. Okay, thank you everyone for your participation. Um, moving forward, so let's take a breath and think for a second. How did awareness help in that activity? Like maybe it made you realize your own habits or emotions, your conflict style, right? And also we can like think of how the dialogue change the tone. Maybe the moment when we start saying yes and instead of yes but, things got calmer and the tone turns to be more collaborative. And also we can try to reflect how did the dialogue change the tone. Maybe the moment you started saying I feel something instead of like you always make me feel like, the tone got calmer. And that way maybe something better can either person is original idea enhanced. um so when we shift, it's basically when we shift like from ego to the empathy, we don't lose the power, we just share it. And that's where the magic happens. So let's summer up like the key takeaways of the chapter module 3 of this session. All right, let's first of all we have to be aware, and we how step 2 how to build dialogue, and step 3 on how co-create. It's a process, and it works in friendships, projects, families, and even in daily conflicts, like in traffic, for example. So next time when you find yourself in a disagreement, just remember that your voice can turn the conflict into connection. It's not about avoiding the tension; it's about transforming it. So simply, thank you everyone for being such an interactive group. We are super happy we are in week 3 of the 4 weeks of the Youth Living Lab. give yourself like for being here until today. I hope you give you the tools you needed to speak and connect. And I will be available for you all your questions and comments. And remember, if things get heated, just breathe and say yes, and maybe like we can solve it much better.
Mariam, thank you very much for your presentation and very
Thank
nice interactive game. So I shared with you in the link, I shared with you in the chat the link for the Youth Living Labs Academy. You can find everything there and how to go to dive more into its course and module. So what we spoke about today was interactive skills. There is a lot of more material on the website that you can explore. More tools, more presentations, some very uh, well curated videos that explain everything. So feel free to visit it and practice yourselves more uh, on everything. Um, from our side, we are open to questions. We are, of course, available through emails or however you would like to find us to discuss more about things that you find difficult when communicating, on when you interact, or you can also, of course, share with us your personal story, and we can give you advice on how you can improve it or how you can make it better. We can give you advice on how to overcome the barriers that we discussed today. Mariam, I will leave the session open for a little while. Otherwise, for questions, otherwise we can wrap this up and see each other again next week, same time, for the last workshop, which is on technical skills, and it's more practical, and it's going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention that since this module it's about interactive skills, so when you like check the tools on the academy, make sure like to share with us how do you reflect and apply the tools. I think all of us are having a group with their own coordinators, so you can share it with your peers. Until the next time we see you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Marianne, for everything. And thank you, guys. So if you have any question for the Jordanian team, this is Betul. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp and I will be happy to facilitate you. Thank you, everyone, for the amazing interactive sessions that were given by Michael and Mariam. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice week, have a good day, and see you next Monday. Bye bye.
See you
Bye-bye.
next Monday. Bye bye, everyone.